The original series, then, right? That's got 18% of the votes, so that rate's pretty much steady throughout the poll. So there's a reason why we're still making the original series, and everything Star Trek does is compared to the original series. You know, we've got Strange New Worlds coming up, and one of the things for that is they keep saying it's going to merge. It's going to be the best of new Trek and the best of old Trek. Do you think there's a reason why the original series is basically still being remade, or just you know, those characters are refreshed? I mean, I'm even saying the Strange New Worlds is basically rehashing an old story again. Is there a reason for it? Was it that good? Was it that innovative? Was it that different?
In terms of innovation for 1960s, oh yeah, it was that innovative. You know, there wasn't anything really serious. I mean, you know, Lost in Space, My Favorite Martian, were not serious sci-fi.
Land of the Giants, shows like that were very popular. There was Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and that was about it. That wasn't really.
Right.
Our sci-fi was Thunderbirds, Doctor Who, and that was it. You know, so Star Trek again was the thing. But when Star Wars came out, obviously, and that was such a massive hit, that's sort of when we sort of started getting popular sci-fi.
Yeah, Land of Giants came out 2 years after the original Trek.
And then when the Next Generation came out, how angry people were. People seem to forget how angry everybody was when the Next Generation came out. That this isn't Star Trek. It's peeing all over the original. Everyone hated it before it even aired. And now everybody keeps going on about this thing with woke, and you know, we're looking at getting new Stargate and new things like the new shows, and everyone's just immediately it'll be rubbish. Every reboot is always rubbish, and you know, I'm not you know, this show is going to be terrible. I'm not watching it. Everybody did that 30 years ago with the Next Generation, and now we consider it the classic.
They didn't have the word. They hadn't invented the word woke yet in 1966. But you know, the local clans groups hated it because of, you know, A, interracial kiss, B, capitalism ultimately failed. You know, so there's that, and so it's a communist plot. The Reds are over here, you know, in Hollywood. They've taken over the Jews. I mean, there was hot and cold running hatred over the original Trek in the 60s. Because my grandfather.
I mean, the thing with the interracial kiss is that had to be forced. That's not what Gene Roddenberry wanted to do. He wanted to have them kiss, and then the executive freaked out and went, "No, you will start a riot. We can't do that." So they had that child thing that forced them to kiss, and that's sort of like that made it okay. Because no, yeah, they don't want to kiss each other; they have to, and that was. But they were still, you know.
There were still protests. My grandfather was so pissed off about it that I couldn't watch Trek anymore.
You know, that is insane.
Yeah. He had his issues. Really deep.
All grandparents have issues.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, Jesus, dude, it's
a different generation, mate. It was a completely different generation.
Well, yeah, my nan is a different generation, but he was still on the bad end of that. I mean, there was people that grew up in that generation that wasn't like him. Still mayhem, you know, people. I mean, it was in the paper. It was talked about in church. Even though it was forced, didn't care. They touched lips.
Yeah. Oh, and then he's leisurely looking up. His eyes are open. And we all know that a kiss with your eyes open isn't really a kiss as well. So, you know, that's I always check. I always have one eye open just to make sure my wife's actually got her eyes closed when I kiss her, just to make sure she's not angry at me. It's a thing, honestly.